Today we are going to dive into the exciting world of Proxmox. We found Proxmox Backup Server to be the best backup solution for Proxmox. Proxmox Backup Server features seamless integration with Proxmox VE. Incremental backups reduce storage needs. Cyclic backups automatically purge old data. Data deduplication optimizes storage. High performance for backup and restore. Now, without further ado, let me introduce you to our Proxmox expert, Nico. Please note that Nico has a charming Dodecanese European accent, but fear not, he speaks the Queen's English fluently. Over to you, Nico.
Thank you, Josh. Hi there. Today we are going to install the Proxmox Backup Server. This is one of the best solutions and it's provided by Proxmox itself. The instructions for this video can be found in our blog page. Please have a look down below for the link. The Proxmox Backup Server can be installed using the ISO images which we have provided you with this link. So we are looking for the latest one, which is this one here. And if you click this link here, you can then download it. We have already provided you with that link over here. If you want to install Proxmox Backup Server as a VM, you can only do that if you have a Proxmox Server High Availability Cluster. In that case, these are the specs that we will use to do that installation. You will also need a DNS name for your server. If you go to Google and search for Dynu DNS and click here, you can register here and Dynu DNS will give you 4 DNS names. In this case, we only needed 1. Enough said, let's get our hands dirty. We log into our Proxmox server. We have 3 storage devices for our Proxmox server. The first one gives us 1 terabyte and the second one, ZZ, gives us 2 terabytes. We will be using this storage, and then if you go to the ISO images, you then select the URL. We will then copy this link here, this link, paste it in here, and then do a query. To save time, we've already done that. And here is our Proxmox Backup Server. So we are now ready to create the VM. Click on here. We will give our server the name Proxmox Backup. As I said earlier, we will use the ZZ user data storage that gives us access to 2 terabytes of storage. And over here, we find the Proxmox Backup Server ISO. That we can leave the same. This needs to be big. You can use 512 gigabyte. In our case, we're going to use 256. We have 1 socket for our CPU, so that doesn't change, but we'll allocate 2 cores. You could use 16 gigs if you were using a dedicated server, but in our case, because we're using a VM, we'll allocate the standard 4 gigs to it. In our environment, all our servers are running with 4 gig RAM. We don't make changes here. We confirm and finish. Now we wait for the server to be built as it's displaying in the log here. We will pause the video now. And with the magic of this video, we have created our VM. It should be over here somewhere. Here it is. So we need to start this VM display the console. You have two options here. You can either do a graphical installation or a console installation. We choose graphical. Our video might jitter a bit, but just bear with us until this installation is done. We need to accept the license. Click on the agree button down below. We can accept what we have here. Click on next. We need to select the country. So let's select United Kingdom. And the time zone, we can leave it with London, that's fine. Keyboard, we don't want a British keyboard, we want an American keyboard. So that's okay, we can now continue. We need to set our credentials. This is going to be the root password. You need a valid email address, it should take it. At this point in time, we need to go back and look at our requirements. This is the IP address we want to use, 85, and then this is the DNS name that we want to use for our server. So buffalo.loseyourip, let's type that in here. And we said 85 was the IP of the server we want. Everything else is fine, and it'll set it up with a static IP address. /24. You see that? Okay, next. It's given us a summary. We are happy with that. We can go. Install. We will pause this video until it's completed. We are making progress. We're nearly there. Now we are completed. We can now hit the reboot button. We log in as root with the password we created. And if you look over here, it gives you the URL for the browser. We have already published that in our blog. So if we go down below and look, here's our URL to our server. When you see this, click on Advanced, and with that we log in. We can now close this. In this case, we are going to create a folder and use that as storage. So click on Shell. We'll create a folder called /data. Then go to Datastore. Click on Add a Store, and we are going to call this Data. And here is the path, /data. We can leave this as is and then click Add. Now we need to click on Data and click here on Show Connection Information, and we want the fingerprint. Let's copy it and open a notepad. Paste this into the notepad. We will need this for authentication so that we can get the Proxmox server to connect to this. Now that we've done that, let's open the Proxmox server. You need to click on Data Center. You need to click on Storage. You need to click on Add, and you're looking for a Proxmox Backup Server. Now the ID, we'll call this Data. The server IP address 10.154.2.85. We're going to use the root user, and it's root at PAM. And the password. The data store is data. We'll use the same for the namespace data. And then go back to the notepad, copy this. Paste this here and click Add. We have now succeeded to add our Proxmox Backup Server as storage for our Proxmox server, but it is actually done in the data center. So when we add more Proxmox servers to our data center as a high availability cluster, they will all have access to this backup server. It's as simple as that. We trust you found this interesting and useful. Please give us a like and please subscribe to our channel so that we can reach our target. And with that, back to you, Josh.
We thank you for watching this video. Today, Nico demonstrated how to install Proxmox Backup Server. He also integrated this into his Proxmox server. It has two features for reducing storage needs. Incremental backups reduce storage needs. Cyclic backups automatically purge old data. If you have not given us a like, please do so. Why are you watching our videos? Please tell us, we need to know. Please subscribe to our channel so we can reach our target. Your support is crucial for our channel's growth. Stay curious and continue exploring and harnessing Proxmox's remarkable potential in your home lab and DevOps journey. Thank you for being part of our community.